Next we are going to see the order of a control system. Okay, so for a feedback system, we already found out that the transfer function is given by g of s by 1 plus g of s h of s, right? So this is for a negative feedback system. Okay, so g of s is the forward path transfer function and h of s is the feedback path transfer function. Okay, so now we also saw that the characteristic equation of a control system is given by the denominator equation equated to 0. Okay, denominator of the transfer function, this is the transfer function. Okay, so 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. This forms the characteristic equation. Okay, and the order of this characteristic equation is called the order of that control system. Okay, so as simple as that. So now we will see a first order control system. Okay, an example of a first order control system. So the forward path will be here. There will be a feedback path, feedback transfer function, okay, which will be added negatively here. Okay, here will be the input r of s and the output you will take as c of s. Okay, now the forward path transfer function g of s we will take as 1 by s into t. Here t is nothing but a constant, okay, some constant. Okay, and the feedback path we will take as 1. Okay, so whenever there is a unity feedback, it is called as a unity feedback system. Okay, that means the transfer function h of s is equal to unity. Okay, so now what is the transfer function? G of s by 1 plus g of s into h of s. Okay, so this will be equal to 1 by st by 1 plus 1 by st into 1. So what will we get here? 1 by 1 plus s into t. Okay, so now what will be the characteristic equation here? Characteristic equation is given by the denominator of the transfer function 1 plus st is equal to 0. Okay, so this characteristic equation, you can see that the order of this equation is 1. Okay, so what is meant by order of an equation? It is the highest power of the variable. Okay, here our variable is s. Okay, and what is the power of s? It is 1. So this equation is having order 1. Okay, so because it is having an order 1, we call it as the first order system. Okay, so this is an example of a first order control system. Okay, next we will see a example of second order control system. Okay, so we will take the forward path transfer function g of s. Okay, and see, in all these examples we are taking unity feedback systems. Okay, so this will be input and this will be the output. Okay, now here the forward path transfer function, that is g of s, it is given by omega n square divided by s into s plus 2 zeta omega n. Okay, so omega n and zeta, these are some constants of the system. Okay, you don't have to worry about what these constants are right now, we will discuss them later. Okay, so presently you just have to remember that they are some constants. Okay, now if you find out the transfer function of this system, okay, we know the transfer function is g by 1 plus gh. Okay, so this you will get as omega n square divided by s into s square plus 2s into zeta n. So we have taken the s inside. Okay, divided by 1 plus g, that is omega n square by s square plus 2s zeta omega n into 1. Okay, So this you will get as omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Okay. So what is the characteristic equation? It is the denominator of the transfer function equated to 0. Okay. So the characteristic equation we can write as s square plus 2s zeta omega n plus omega n square is equal to 0. So what is the highest power of s in this equation? It is 2. So the order of this equation is 2. Okay. So that is how it is called as a second order system. So this second order control system here, we are going to use this often. Okay. So this is called as the prototype second order system. Okay. So we will see later on that this form is very useful. So we have seen what is a example of first order and a second order systems. Okay. So now we will find out the unit step response of both a second order and a first order systems. Okay. So what is meant by unit step response? It is the output when input is a unit step signal. Okay. So first we will see for a first order system. Right. So what was the transfer function of the first order system that we have discussed? It is 1 by 1 plus st. Okay. And the input is unit step input. What is the Laplace transform for unit step input? It is 1 by s. Okay. So from here you can find out the output is equal to transfer function into input. Right. So this will be equal to 1 by s into 1 plus s into t. Okay. So this you can write as 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 1 by t. Okay. So this is nothing but partial fraction expansion. Okay. Now if you take, this is the Laplace form of the output. If you take the inverse Laplace, then you will get the output in time domain. Okay. So if you are taking the output as c of s, then you will get c of t to be the output in time domain. Right. So if you take the inverse Laplace, you will get 1 minus e to the power minus t by t. Okay. So this is the unit step response of a first order system. So if you draw a graph for this. Okay. So this is time axis. The unit step input is remaining at 1. Right. And the output will be like this. Okay. So it will reach 1 at infinite time. Right. Because if you substitute t is equal to infinite, you will get c of t is equal to 1. So c of t will reach unity at some infinite time. Okay. Now the constant t, right? This constant t is called as the time constant, and it will affect the speed of the response. That is how fast the response will reach the unit value. Okay. So you can see that the input can reach like this, right? Can reach unity like this. It can reach unity in a very slow rate, right? So this will all depend on the value of t. Okay. Larger the value of t, slower will be the response. Okay. And if we have smaller values of t, then the response will be faster. Okay. Next we will see the unit step response of a second order system. Okay. So here the input r of s is the unit step input, which is 1 by s. And the transfer function we have seen, it is omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Okay, so the output we can write as c of s is equal to 1 by s, this is omega square, omega n square in the numerator, s into s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So from here we will follow some rearrangement, okay, so that you get this final form. Okay, so you can go through the steps, they are self-explanatory. Okay, so once you get the final form, then you can apply the inverse Laplace. Now the inverse Laplace of 1 by s is simply 1. Okay, and the inverse Laplace of this function will be minus e to the power minus zeta omega n into t, okay, into cos omega n root over 1 minus zeta square into t, right? Now this term, the inverse Laplace will be minus zeta by root over 1 minus zeta square into e to the power minus zeta omega n into t into sine of omega n root over 1 minus zeta square into t. Okay, so this is the output in the time domain. Okay, so this, if you further simplify, you will get 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n into t. You can take out as common. Okay, and you can also take out 1 root over 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so you will get root over 1 minus zeta square cos this omega n into root over 1 minus zeta square. We will take as some variable, some single variable, that is omega d into t. Okay, plus zeta into sine omega d t. Okay, so now if you take a right angle triangle, okay, and the length of the base is zeta, length of the height is 1 minus zeta square. Okay, then what will be the length of the hypotenuse? It will be root over zeta square plus 1 minus zeta square whole square. Okay, so this will be equal to 1. So the length of the hypotenuse you will get as 1. Okay, so if you take this angle to be theta, then what will be sine theta? Sine theta will be equal to root over 1 minus zeta square and cos theta will be equal to zeta, right? So here root over 1 minus zeta square we can replace by sine theta, and zeta you can replace by cos theta. Okay, so now you have the form sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay, what is A here? A is theta and B is omega d t, right? So what will be this expression? This will be equal to sine of A plus B, right? So now we can write C of t is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n t by root over 1 minus zeta square into sine of A plus B, which is sine of omega dt plus theta. Okay, so this will be the output. Here omega d is omega n into root over 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so this is the unit step response of a second order system.